You know that moment when you're knee-deep in a muddy trail, rain pounding the roof, and your rig just laughs it off like it's a Sunday stroll? That's the Subaru Outback magic. Folks, symmetrical, all-wheel drive, gripping like an old friend who won't let go, even when the new kids on the block flash their shiny badges and turbo toys. But here's the gut punch. I've seen grown men trade in their souls for the latest crossovers, only to crawl back to the Outback, whispering, "What was I thinking?" Stick with me for 18 minutes, and I'll spill why Outback owners are basically married to this beast, loyalty fiercer than a V8 rumble, and at the end, I'll drop the one hidden gem that makes ditching it feel like betraying your first love. You won't see it coming, but it'll hit like quarter-mile bliss. Alright, picture this. It's 94, I'm 16, sneaking my old man S72 Ford wagon out for a midnight rip on those twisty back roads outside Philly. Engines wheezing like a chain smoker, but man, that wood grain trim and the way it floated over potholes. Pure poetry. Fast forward 3 decades. Grease under my nails from wrenching on everything from rusty Civics to my buddy's overboosted WRX, and I'm still chasing that high. That's the vibe here on Gearhead Garageware. We don't polish turds or chase trends. We crack open the hood on what really moves you. From beat-up Broncos to these modern wagons that remind us cars ain't just appliances. If you're new, hit that sub button like you're re-slamming the gas joint. The crew that's got over 200k miles of stories in the comments. Now, let's roll out, windows down, and talk Outback obsession. Remember the first Outback? Launched in '95 as Subaru's cheeky nod to rally legends, it wasn't some fancy import, it was a legacy wagon jacked up on all-terrain tires born from the grime of the World Rally Championship, where Subarus ate dust in the forests of Wales. Think about it. While Honda was busy with cookie-cutter Accords and Toyota played it safe with the RAV4, Subaru said, "Screw pavement, let's build for the apocalypse." That's symmetrical AW. It's not bolted on like aftermarket ego. It's woven into the DNA. Power splitting 50/50ths front to rear. No prop shaft drama, just seamless shove through snowdrifts or gravel bombs. I once watched a '98 Outback tow my neighbor's flooded F-150 out of a creek bed after Hurricane Irene. Guy in a gleaming new Jeep Grand Cherokee just spun his tires like a bad prom date. Cut to today, and owners ain't switching cause the Outback's evolved into this unkillable Swiss Army knife. Take the 2025 Wilderness Trimhill. Even the base models got that Boxer 4 growl. Flat as a pancake for a low center of gravity that hugs corners like it's got magnets in the tires. We're talking 260 horses from the 2.4 turbo CVT that shifts smoother than my grandpa's lies at Thanksgiving. And ground clearance pushing 9 inches without feeling like you're in a monster truck. But it's the intangibles that hook you deep. Fuel economy. 26 combined. Sipping like a pro while hauling kayaks or hauling ass up a fire road. And reliability. These things rack up 300k miles with oil changes and a prayer. CVT's finally bulletproof post, 2010. Head gaskets a distant memory, thanks to the FB engine family's tweaks. Now, let's get real. Why bail on the flashier new SUV's picture? The Tesla model was 0 to 60 in 4.8. Autopilot that drives itself to brunch. Sounds dreamy, right? But hop in one after an Outback, and it's like trading a bonfire for LED lights. Sterile, no soul, battery anxiety on a cross-country haul, and good luck off-grid without a level 2 charger. Or the Ford Bronco Sport. Rugged vibe. Goat modes for sand and mud. But that EcoBoost 3-banger whines like a toddler, and the interior plastics crackle cheaper than a dollar store toy. I test drove one last summer, fun for Instagram poses, but on a rutted logging trail. The Outback's X-Mode traction control and 600-mile range laughed it off. No drama, no dealership SOS. And don't get me started on the luxury pretenders like the Audi Q5, Quattro's legendary of the 80s Ur Quattro tearing up pikes, peak but Uri dropping 50 grand for leather that sticks in summer sweat, and that maintenance, while it's funeral. Outback starts at $28,000, wraps you in Starling Creditech without the snobbery, and the roof rails handle bikes, boats, or your midlife crisis tent trailer like it's nothing. History lesson. Back in the 70s, Subaru was the underdog import, selling flat fours to Vermont hippies who needed snow machines, not status symbols. That scrappy spirit, still there, in every torque, vectoring twist, or hill descent wizardry that saves your bacon when the new RAV4 hybrid slips like it's on ice skates. Here's an off-the-wall nugget that LL blow your dipstick. Ever hear about the Outback S-Ghost in the machine for wildlife spotting? Owners swear by it. That elevated perch in panoramic glass turns it into a rolling blind for moose hunts or birdwatching safaris. My pal in Montana's got to 50k on his '09. Swears it's dodged more deer than a bowhunter's arrow, thanks to the alert boxer rumble that spooks him just right. Compare that to the Kia Telluride's family hauler charm, third-row seats for the Brady Bunch, but zero adventure cred. It's a minivan in denial, guzzling premium for 22 mpg, while the Outback sips regular and smirks. Deep dive on the drive. Slide behind the wheel of a fresh Outback XT, and it's like reuniting with an ex who got hotter seats, hug you firm but forgiving. The Harman Kardon stereo thumps like a rally co-driver's heartbeat, and that EyeSight suite, adaptive cruise that reads traffic like a psychic, lane keep that whispers corrections instead of yanking the wheel. New SUVs, like the Hyundai Tucson plug-in, promise 35 miles electric, but plug-in where? Gas station limbo. Outback's Boxer Harmony opposed pistons, canceling vibes feels alive, not numb like the EV crowd's silent scream. Storytime. Last fall, I convoyed with a pack of gearheads from the Smokies to the tail of the Dragon 284 curves in 11 miles of terror. My Outback ate it, a WD dancing through hairpins while a buddy's lifted Tacoma fishtailed like a drunk uncle, and the Mazda CX-50 he borrowed overheated on the climb. We pulled over at a fog-shrouded overlook, beers cracked, swapping war stories about rigs that lasted. That's the Outback cult. Not influencers, but plumbers, teachers, adventurers who log tailgates in national parks or tow ATVs to the dunes. It's the van life without the van. Sleep in the cargo bay under the stars. No conversion, vans, saggy suspension, offbeat insight. Dig this Subaru's poured rally DNA into safety stats that'd make Volvo jealous. NHTSA 5 stars across the board. And owners report fender benders, where the Outback's ring frame crumples just enough to save your hide. Versus the VW Tiguan's turbo lag and electrical gremlins. Nah, that's Russian roulette with a sunroof. Or the Jeep Compass Trail rated on paper, but real mud begs for mercy, while Outback's just getting warmed up. As we wind down this backroad ramble, think on the vans and motorhomes angle. Folks eyeing a Sprinter conversion or Winnebago for the endless horizon. The Outback's your gateway drug, tows 3,500 pounds, sleeps 2 in a pinch, and guzzles adventure without the 12 mpg curse. It's the rig that says, life's too short for boring wheels. So, why do Outback owners never switch? 'Cause it's not a cur, it's a co-pilot for the chaos. Loyal through blizzards and breakdowns, turning every mile into a memory etched in rubber and resolve. That hidden gem. It's the community inline forums buzzing like pit crews. Local meets where strangers swap parts over coffee. A brotherhood forged in the fire of flat 4 fidelity. You trade that for a new SUV's novelty. You're not upgrading, you're downgrading to lonely luxury. What's your unbreakable ride story? Drop it below. Let's keep the engines roaring. Hit like if this sparks something. Sub for more unfiltered truth. And share with that friend eyeing the dark side. Drive safe. Stay passionate. See you on the twisty.